All right, family, what's the vibes? Welcome to another review. Just like I said on Monday yesterday, we're gonna be having these reviews every single day. The reason, first of all, is there is a whole lot of things happening, in the background, right? And I would like to bring you up to speed day after day, right? Sometimes, waiting up until, the end of the week or the midweek review can be too late for scenarios like this. And I want to keep you, up to tabs with how you want to be engaging or how exactly I'm engaging the markets. And maybe you can pick cues and insights from there to be able to, do good in this season. Like I said, it's a season where you can make a whole lot of money, but it's also that season where you're not trying to over leverage or push all of the buttons at once, right? Like today, I was very, very patient before I got into a play, and that's what I'm going to show you in here. And I'm also going to talk about, what I'm gathering in terms of data. All right, so let's start from what I was doing today, and then we'll move over there. Right. So I'm going to look at the trade I took on gold, and then I would look at the currencies. But before that, I want to show you something exciting, right? I want to show you something exciting. So today, the flyer for the mentorship actually dropped. The inner circle is actually going to be live next week, April 1st, right? And right from now, you can get the early access, right? And the early access is, way discounted than what the normal price is already. The fee is already way discounted. We had a live session today and we talked about, some of the things and the programs that will run in the inner circle. And if you really, really care about growth, you know exactly what that will do to your trading and what will do to, your career as a trader also. Right. So 70K for anyone getting the 1 month mentorship. People already started paying the 3 months. Yes, I advise 3 months. I've said this so many times, right? The 3 months gives you the ability to sit in and actually stretch. What do I mean by that? Right? You're going to be running 20 trades the moment you get into the mentorship. You don't want to rush 20 trades in 1 month, right? And you want to be able to test and prove your system and be in that community that works, right? And that is why what we did in the last 3 months is to build you in such a way you are able to make money from yourself and you're able to, pay this without any type of struggle, right? So this is already here. And again, if right now you're struggling with becoming profitable and consistent, there's a system that works, right? The only thing I ask of you is commitment, right? I can't promise you profitability because I don't know how committed you actually are to actually changing your life, right? But all of the individuals that have worked with me and have proven themselves or have committed themselves to the exact things and systems that I've given, they've become profitable. They've grown in some way in their journey. Right, some of them are still growing, some of them are grown, some of them make hundreds and thousands of dollars week in, month out, month in. Right. So yeah, this is here, right? So on the channel, you would see a link to where you can make payments, you become a VIP, you're able to access all the channels, right? The team chat is going to have reduced activity from next week, and everything is going to start to go into the inner circle. So get your slots, and I would see you right there. Let's get back to what we have. We have gold in here. Now, I want to explain this, right? Because if you think about what happened in gold today, just off of the back of yesterday, we started to see, after that escalation, we started to see price breakdown. And I told you, right, we don't want to fully, start to just trust everything that Trump says because it's a meme right now, right? It says something, the market rallies like this, and then just drops all the way back. So we are not going to hold on to that narrative, although we still need to be very, very, very cautious on how we play. All right. So looking back at yesterday, we had breaking market structure ending through Asia session, and price was rallying inside of that OB for London session. Right off of the bat, this is a play, right? Because we're having lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And then some individuals got in here also, right? And price starts to rally. I was not so comfortable about taking any trades as no true rub on buy side or sell side have been done, right? So if I'm going to really, really be buying or selling, what I want to see is a run on buy side liquidity if I want to be selling, a run on sell side liquidity if I want to be buying, right? And I thought the model of Asia's high, right? If you look at how the day played, we did not see any run on Asia's high or low right inside of this time. So it was a bit, very, very iffy for me to get into a trade. All right. And I didn't get into this OB. So if you go into this OB, another thing here is if you go into OB, it was a short-lived trade. You probably will be expecting at least this low or this, and price doesn't do any of that. And you need to understand that there are days like this. There are days like this, right? So if you have a trade and it was already doing 60, 70% and you did not take partials, then again, you just need to accept it if it was a loss at yourself. But I preach take partials when you can. Take partials when you can, especially in periods like this. Holding what you can. Everyone that was holding this move without no partials lost everything back to the markets, right? I have a position that I was be able to get out right here because the market opened and spiked again lower. And in discounts is not where I want to be looking for more sales. This is where deep retracements and reversals happen. So this is where I want to be taking partials. Right. So again, that's for anyone who sold here. Now, going into the end of the day, I saw another run back into the retest of that level. Then I was watching lower time frames, right? Because again, my bias is still bearish on this asset class, and I just want to see something that leads me, on properly for that move. So we see how price returns back to take out old highs here. Right now, we are having that run on buy side liquidity that I was talking about, and we're seeing lower highs form again, lower highs form again, lower highs form again, and I was able to get into a trade somewhere here, right? A breaking market structure. I added two more trades. Now, the beauty of this trade is this was all that made me close to $700. This is it here. And it's just breaking market structure, and I was able to get it. Now, if I was gonna have this run, right, and I waited for it, I would not make any money. But again, there's something called conditions, which is one of the things we're going to really, really talk about inside of the inner circle, where you actually can tell, oh, this is where I want to let things be. This is where I want to play short-lived because the market conditions are not even certain in any form for me to do anything long term. So I will take whatever the market gives me and I'll have the rest as surplus. I try to explain that some of that on the Discord. I have one trade inside of here, it breaks lower. Then I have two more of the same entries from here as a re-entry. This is mitigation block, right? So a mitigation block is when we see price rally, fails to take out an old high, and then a breaking market structure ensues. So this is failure swing, fails to take out an old high. This is telling you that there's buy side liquidity in here, but price did not take it out, meaning for right now, there's still sell side to be aimed for. Now, if a breaking market structure follows that, it is confirming that idea that I just talked about. That sell side, the breaking market structure here confirms it. So when I was going to send a trade, that was the trade because it's an A plus setup for me. So I send those type of trades out. Right. Now, right there is exactly what I want to see price return back to, that low before that run higher. Then price has broken, then price returns there, you sell it, right? And I sent this particular trade out. Right now, price was already rallying, takes out this old low. I'm going to teach this later. Where does the setup end for every reference point? If it's a mitigation block, where does it end? If it's an order block, where does it end? It's important to know that. So this particular move already did exactly what it's supposed to do. And the reason why I was able to close out those positions in here and even reduce the original position to half was because price already got into a level that could signify buys. And this is the importance of understanding key levels. Key levels allow you know that if I wasn't doing anything, this would be a bullish order block, a clean bullish order block. So if I'm selling all the way up here and prices return back into the discount of the range, you ask me what discount? This is the low, this is the high, not that. This is the low, and this is the high here. So prices return back into the discount part of the range, aligned with a fair value gap and an order block, a key level you understand most, a key level you understand properly. Now, price is right at that level. And what I see traders do is they ignore this and they just say, I want price to keep going. Now, Sometimes that's exactly what you do. But if you already have money on the table, again, 70% of this trade was already done, right? I was just expecting this low. And yes, price could give me that if we're bearish, but this is a key level. And the style of trading that I apply is if you go and look at price, you would see that at every key level, right, in the discount part of every range, this is where we have deep retracement or reversal. So it's not like I don't think a price can take out this low. I just know that right down here, we're going to have a wipe up of everything that's happened here, at least before price starts to return back lower. Now, because I don't want to be part of that, I'm taking out partials, making some profits on the day, and letting price do what so. I still have a position that can still do that. And that's why you see, I closed the position for one lot for over 640 pips on gold. Right, 640 pips when you think about it in terms of GU and EU. Very long position. $640 was the amount in there. And it was because that position, I have already forgotten about the position in terms of the position started at 8.3 or so. So I already schemed out everything in terms of life out of that trade, but that one trade still did far much better than even the positions that I took out. That's it. There's no certainty, right? But you can pick up money and say, I want to have something just rest until or to see these other objectives that I have because the objectives are not set in any case, especially when you have key levels play out here like this. So price was returning back down here, 1345, and then we saw that bounce up, tries to return, and then bounces up again, right? So again, there's another mitigation block playing out in here. And is gold bullish? That's going to be the next question. Is gold already bullish? Honestly, I am not taking that idea yet, right? I'm not taking that idea yet until we start to see, proper breaks in market structure. I still think that there's still escalation, in the Middle East. And if there is not, what we're going to see is we're going to start to see oil prices, just keep dropping. So until that start happening, I'm still, slightly bearish on gold or to neutral case. I'm staying in the middle right now and not forcing anything. That's exactly how I'm treating this. Right, but I can still get these short-term plays inside of it. I don't have any long-term direction, but intraday, I will aim for lows and highs, fair value gaps that I can see, and just trade internal range to external range and just play the game like that. That's one way to do it. Right. Another way to do it is focus on your other pairs, right? The other pairs that you have, right? I have sub pairs like GU that I trade, right? But GU also not doing anything fantastic, right? Still staying, at the premium part of this high to this low, not really done anything in terms of sell side. Tried to break lower today, but nothing, expansive. So we're kind of like in a ranging market, a consolidating market. So that's something also to think about, right? So until there's anything that really starts to show, buy side or sell side, then we can start to make decisions. But right now, you want to start to be on that sideline intraday camp. Look at the dollar today. Tries to rally again, but still falls back. Now, it's not falling back to take out old lows of any kind. We're still seeing dollar inside of this daily range. We're still seeing dollar inside of the daily range. So it's consolidating, right? So we need news releases that pops off tomorrow, and we start to see, oh, what exactly happens from here, right? Are we coming all the way to take out this load? And that would start to mean, maybe some type of sell side or deeper discounts to start to continue those buys, or we start to see price continue its rally higher. So it's really still dicey now. And that's exactly why I did this call, so that you're not very, very hasty to just want to jump and do something. Price works with confluences, right? And if the confluences are not aligning to a particular direction, which you call your edge, then you should really, really, really be careful and protect capital at the moment, right? I was able also to get into a trade today, GBP JPY. On the call I was talking about this, and this was not even the trade I was planning to take. I just liked, the fundamentals, with this GBP seeing some strength with the news releases that came in today, and NZD falling off, right? Just like JPY is falling off also, and CHF is falling off, right? And just right at that, we see breaking market structure, right? Price already took out, Asia's high, but breaks market structure, returns back into that bullish OB. This is a valid OB, and OB is valid when there's a breaking market structure that follows it, right? This is a bullish OB, breaking market structure follows it. There's a fair value gap inside of that breaking market structure. There's a fair value gap right there. And then we have the OB, right? So that is a valid OB. And I was really just watching this, even when it's returned all the way and then forms equal highs. This is when it got interesting to me. Formed equal highs and return back down. If I'm still bullish, I want to see down close candle send price higher. So I was able to put in good buys here, right? And I went in quite heavy because it looked heavy because my stop loss was just right below these lows. Right, I did not want to see price take out these lows. So I put in 4 lots and I took out 3 lots as soon as we took out yesterday's high. When price takes out old highs and old lows, what happens? A retracement or a reversal ensues. So these are the areas I take partials. When I say take partials, yes, I talk about 60, 70%, but I align that with key levels. So it rallies and it's done 60, 70% of the trade, but not just that, it has just taken out an old high, in which case can cause a deep retracement or an ultimate reversal. So yes, that 1 lot came back to break even and got stopped out at break even. But I was able to close good enough profits on this. You see, the results on the channel also. So what am I showing you in here? Every day is not going to be extreme, price is just going to do exactly what you want to do, what you want it to do, and just finish it on that day. It's what is called trade management, the ability to still pick profits, even though price hasn't done your overall objective. Right. So I wanted to show you these things, and I'm just showing you how I'm operating. I'm really, really going to be a scalper this week. And what that means is I'm not having my expectations on so much of a long-term move right now. I'm taking it bit by bit, right? If I see something I trade and I'm not rushed to take anything, right? I can wait all day and maybe late into London close to late New York session, I can then do something, right? And I want you to start to take that approach. Again, guys, the link to reach out to the inner circle is there, right? Information is going to keep going on the Discord, right? And you can really just talk to the admin, on how you want to make payments, if I think there should be a way to do some type of instrumental payments. But again, reach out first and let them know exactly what you want to do, and they can, handle that for you, right? We already made system in place to make this the best mentorship that is available, right? And as you know, what we've done in the last 3 months already proves that, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Blessed family.